Hey there, I'm Jamie New, the founder of Smartest You, and in this video you're going to learn how to pitch a music supervisor to get your music placed in film and television and ads when you're an independent artist or a manager of an independent artist who is not signed to a publishing company and likely owns 100% of their masters. I'm going to talk about what exactly music supervisors do, how to pitch them, and what to be careful about. And when you're done watching this, comment and let us know what you think, and also make sure you check out the description of this video to download your free artist management startup kit if you have not done that yet, which includes 10 free guides and templates. Okay, so music supervisors are the people responsible for placing or syncing music in film, television shows, video games, and commercial advertisements. So when you hear the term placement or sync, that is what it means. Supervisors are given a script from the production company that they will then review and then get to work searching through catalogs, libraries, online, and asking their contacts for the perfect sound that matches up with each sequence in that production. They consider the mood, the style, and the energy of the productions, find songs that help enhance the storyline. They get them cleared by the artist or the publisher that owns the rights to the song, and then syncs it in the production. In addition to that, on a day-to-day basis, music supervisors manage music rights, secure music quotes, review and negotiate music licenses, review cue sheets, and coordinate with TV, film, and video game producers and production companies, directors, editors, artists, songwriters, producers, managers, label reps, publishers, sync brokers, which I'll talk about later, lawyers, and music libraries. Now that you understand a little bit more about what they do, how do you go about getting your music placed by them? So step number one is to create sync-worthy music. And it may sound silly, but the best way for unsigned artists to get their music placed is to create good sync-worthy music. So what does that mean? First of all, it has to be an amazing production quality. It has to have a good hook as well as simple and broad lyrics with no cursing or samples of other songs in it. And if it's for an ad or commercial, generally it has to be very upbeat and induces happy thoughts. So start paying attention to the music that is synced in the ads you see on TV or YouTube or Snapchat and in the movies and TV shows you watch, and get to learn what sync-worthy music sounds like. Okay, step number two is to have your music on SoundCloud and Spotify and every streaming site that you can possibly think of. Music supervisors, soups for short, look for unreleased music daily on all different types of mediums, including blogs, streaming sites like SoundCloud, Spotify, and many others. If the songs are good, people are going to hear them and they will reach out because they're digging daily. So have your music out there and everywhere. Step Number three is to look for the music supervisors of productions you want to be synced in. So as I mentioned earlier, do your research on your favorite shows and films and be realistic about whether or not your music truly fits those projects. So search IMDb, Internet Movie Database, to find out who the music supervisors on those productions are. Google their contact information, or just simply Google the names of the productions plus music supervisor and see what comes up. Do your research and keep in mind steps number 1 and 2, and then reach out. Which brings me to step number 4, reaching out. Pitch the music to the supervisors. So you're going to want to send a short and sweet email outlining these 5 different parts. Part number 1 is that you know what they're working on and that you are a fan of what they're working on. It's important to be aware of where your music fits and what they're currently working on. As mentioned earlier, if you found a contact, did your research, and still aren't sure what they are working on, perhaps just be honest in your email and say, I'd love to know more about what you're working on before I start sending you my stuff. And trust me, they'll appreciate it if you actually ask first. Second part is to send a streaming link and a download link, never an actual file, to a maximum of 3 of your best songs that might fit in with what they're working on. Thirdly, include the metadata embedded in the track. The producers or anyone working on the track should know how to do this, and it's very important. A lot of supervisors won't even consider the track or add it to their catalog if it's not included. Additionally, in your email, also let them know who the owners on the tracks are. If it's just you, if there's a few others, or a publisher, and if so, include the publisher's information. If you're having trouble of keeping track of all your data and ownership information, we have a master metadata spreadsheet to help keep track of all that stuff. And that's included in our full artist management toolkit, not the startup toolkit, but I've linked to that in the description in case you want to take a look at that. And the fourth part to your pitch is to include an instrumental version of your songs if you have them. It's not a huge deal if you don't, but if it's possible, you may as well keep instrumentals on hand because you could lose an opportunity if you don't. Step number 5 is to be ready. Directors and producers and music supervisors move really fast once they've selected a song. It could take them forever to actually pick your song, but once they do, you better have all the documentation ready. Register your songs with the PROs, which are the performing rights organizations. Make sure you own them or have clearances from the people that do, and make sure they're cleared properly with documentation. Don't reverse a deal by being too difficult on the negotiation or too hard to get a hold of. If you're in the middle of being considered for a sync, keep your phone on you at all times until the production is complete. And don't celebrate too early because sometimes your song could get chosen and you're all excited and the production team loves it, and then the top executives don't, and then they just toss it out the window. Also, be ready to sign a contract, even if it's for free. And I have a bonus tip for you. Also, manage your own expectations and just be careful. Be careful, be patient, be professional, be polite, be easy to work with. Get a lawyer, look out for people trying to rip you off or take your copyright or do exclusive deals with you. Always make sure they're non-exclusive deals. And look out for good supervisors that will help explain the process to you if you're new. And understand that they get sent a ton of music and it's impossible to listen to all of it, but they do keep it on hand. It could be a long game, or you could be in the right place at the right time and just get lucky. Now, as I mentioned earlier, if you're hoping to not have to do all of this yourself, you can reach out to publishing companies who manage your song catalog for you and have connections to music supervisors, or you can go to specific brokers that all they do is pitch music to supervisors. Eventually, I'll make a video on all of that, but until then, it's up to you to find these people or read my book or take my course, which both talk a lot more about that, and both are linked in the description of this video. So if you liked this video, comment with your thoughts, hit the thumbs up and subscribe buttons, share it with your music friends, and thank you very much for watching.